Okay, today is the day that I am going to try to recover my compost. This is a very neglected compost area. In theory, it has 3 separate bins for 3 separate stages. They're about 3 foot by 3 foot each, roughly. They're made out of old roofing metal, and on the back it's made out of wire. I'm not sure you can really tell at this point right now. But the idea is that in this first one we put our kitchen scraps and different things, and then after a while we aerate it and move it into the second bin, and then into the final bin, and then that's your final product that you can use in the garden, which is very close by, so that makes it very convenient. Yes, that was done on purpose. But the trouble is, I have not taken the time to actually take care of it and fluff it, aerate it, use it at all. So I'm gonna try to recover this area and see what we come up with in the end. Hopefully I will start using it again and be able to feed my very sad garden. First thing I gotta do is get rid of all the excess stuff that's here and pull out all this luscious grass that loves to grow right here. Living in Hawaii certainly has its perks, such as never freezing, but it also has a few drawbacks. There's no freeze to kill all the weeds, or at least make them die back, or the bugs. Well, I have to say, I am pretty excited. I think it looks great, and it was a lot less work than I was thinking it was going to be, which is why I was putting it off for so long. I'm figuring, as long as we're here, why not tackle this one? So this used to have a bunch of potatoes in here. I discovered different varieties of potatoes that don't grow here in Hawaii, so that was a good life lesson. So I'm just going to go ahead and take care of this real quick. So what I've decided, I'm going to go ahead and just leave this dragon fruit. This yellow fruit right here. This is dragon fruit. It's going to take over this whole trellis, and they can be pretty finicky. And this one decided that it's happy here. And I noticed when I was trying to dig out the grass that a lot of the roots are deep and spreading, and I don't want to disturb them. So I'm not going to plant anything on this other side over here. I'm just going to let this be a dragon fruit. I'm going to let the dragon fruit be a dragon fruit. I'm just going to let nature do what nature wants to do, and I will plant things in other places. I might put some beans on here temporarily just for fun. It growing on here won't affect the dragon fruit, but I just don't want to dig too much, so I can plant them on this side of the trellis. I suppose that'll do for now. Well, here's my carrot harvest. Well, I just got informed that I am needing to go to town to get saffron. But first, let's check on our pizza dough. Good bubble. I'm pleased with that. Okay, so I'm back from the store and I decided while I was there to grab an opportunity to buy the balls. I had an opportunity to buy a rosemary plant and I'm very excited. Let's go plant it. So I decided to plant this right here because 2 reasons. One, it has excellent drainage. All underneath here is gravel because from the house it extends out quite a bit underneath. And the second reason is right above is still the eaves of the house. So this particular spot right on this edge of this bed does not get that much rainwater. It really doesn't. It's noticeably dry. A lot of things don't like to be planted right here. And so rosemary likes to be dry and rocky. So we're gonna give it a shot, see what happens. So 2 days ago, something came and killed my tomato over here and I'm very, very, very disappointed about it. I have horrible luck with growing tomatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over there, rip out the nastiness that's left behind of whatever killed it, and I'm gonna replant something. When something goes away, something new shall replace it. I've tried to grow tomatoes in lots of different ways. I was successful for a short time in the greenhouse. But down here, at first, it was rats eating it, I believe, because rats come in off the stream, the gulch right here. They live in the guava trees that line it. But more recently, my issues have been the fact that they're not flowering. Not necessarily the same way that the flowers would drop off in the heat of the greenhouse before. That's not even really happening up there. The plants, I have 3 pretty big tomato plants that are just not producing many flowers at all. And the flowers that they are producing, they're not turning into fruit. So now it's time to decide what we want to plant right there in that spot. These are my seeds. So what I'm gonna put down right there is parsley. Fancy version. So fancy. My sweetheart has requested a number of times that I plant a bunch of parsley because he has a particular recipe that requires a lot of it. So today is the day to try parsley once again. I have a very exciting 1-day-old spider. I have a very exciting 1-day-old surprise for you guys. Actually, I have 2. Hey, Mama. Those little guys were born yesterday. Mama did not come to eat her dinner last night. She stayed down there with her babies. She was still trying to pass her placenta and get all wrapped up in her situation. But those 2 twins are so cute. So the chickens are in for a treat tonight because I'm gonna give them some dried up dead bugs. These are from Grubterra. They are really awesome treats for these guys. You can see how much those chickens love them. What is happening? Hey, Mama. What are you doing? Hi. Hi. Cuteness overload. Anyways, as I was saying, if you go in the description box down below, you will find a discount code for Grubterra. These black soldier fly larvae, high in protein, so they help with your eggs, they help with feathers, they help with overall health. Anyways, I suggest you go ahead and grab you some of these. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is I began fermenting my chicken feed a little while back. Gosh, maybe a couple months ago already. And I did this because, one, it became way too much money to keep chickens organically when we don't want to raise our egg prices above $5 a dozen. And to get organic, locally grown eggs in the grocery store is like $8 to $10. It's working so far, honestly. I'm getting more like 18 eggs a day rather than the average 12. And also, I am going through a lot less feed. So we're just fermenting it for 3 days. Going through 1 bucket for today, tomorrow, and the next day. Easy peasy. I'm not worried about getting all of the water out, just the majority of it. And then I save this brine from this ferment to put on in the next bucket. 2 buckets of feed to 2 buckets of water plus the leftover brine. One last update, I promise. Maybe. We have chicks. We had another successful batch of chicks in our incubator, and they are doing awesome. Absolutely awesome. I have somebody lined up to purchase them on the 3rd. All right, well, that's gonna do it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Hamakua Homestead. I'll see you again soon.